Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends. Welcome to my channel. It's me, Kid Borman. You definitely recognise me as a small creator, and thank you for joining me on another book reading video. It's also known as Read Aloud. I hope you enjoyed my previous videos of Read Aloud so far. I hope you enjoyed that. It was very entertaining. And also, I would like to thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it to keep my creativity growing and enhance my channel performance. First of all, I will do another Disney storybook. I'll go read to you in a minute. I have got Walt Disney's Little Hiawatha. It was published by Disney's Wonderful World of Reading and Grolier Book Club edition. This illustrated storybook version was inspired to original 1937 Silly Symphony animated short Little Hiawatha by Walt Disney Studios. So I have previously read Hiawatha and the Big Flood and Hiawatha the Brave Hunter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will like it so far. It brings back memories of Disney upon the magical arts of Disney Animation Studios since 1923. Ladies and gentlemen, would you care to join me for story time? Fantastic, you have finally came to the right place. Before I start, I'm going to read this book by words, and I will show some illustrated pictures from each page. Shall we begin a story? Little Hiawatha was a very small Indian brave. One night he saw something that made his eyes grow big. The older braves were dancing around the campfire. They were chanting a strange song. Little Hiawatha ran into his father's teepee. There sat his father, Big Chief, and his sister, Sunflower. Father, cried little Hiawatha, why are the braves dancing tonight? They are dancing a big fish dance, said Big Chief. Tomorrow there will be a fishing contest. He went on. The brave who catches the biggest fish will get to wear my war bonnet and be chief for the day. Little Hiawatha smiled proudly. I will catch a biggest fish, he said. I will win the contest. You are too small to catch the big fish, said Sunflower. I will help you. Little Hiawatha scolded. Sisters are a lot of trouble, he said. I don't need your help. Sunflower just smiled. Maybe she would help and maybe not. Little Hiawatha stamped out of his father's teepee. Sunflower thinks I am too little to do something big, he said. I will show her. That night, Little Hiawatha dreamed that he caught a huge fish. In his dream, he got to wear the chief's war bonnet for one whole day. Early the next morning, Little Hiawatha went to the lake, where he kept his canoe. He was carrying his fishing pole. Little Hiawatha paddled his canoe out onto the lake. When I am chief for the day, he thought, I will make Sunflower work. As he paddled along, many fish leaped out of the water, but they were all too small. Little Hiawatha was looking for a really huge fish. Suddenly, he heard a loud splash. There it was the biggest fish he had ever seen. Little Hiawatha picked up his pole. Now it looked very small. The fishing pole was not strong enough for such a huge fish. Then he had an idea. He grabbed his rope and made a loop at one end. He tossed it over the big fish. Swoosh! The fish slipped through. So little Hiawatha tried again. This time he swung his rope high. This time he flung his rope right. And this time he remembered to pull tight. Zip! He caught a fish by a tail. The fish tried to swim away. Little Hiawatha hung on to the rope. He went for the fast, jerky ride. But at last, the fish was too tired to swim any more. Little Hiawatha tied the rope to his canoe and paddled to the shore. He tied up the other end of the rope to the tree. Then he ran home to get the net. Sunflower was going to a lake to wash the basket of clothes. "Hi, brother," she said happily, but little Hiawatha did not stop. He was running too fast. Sunflower walked on toward the lake. "Little Hiawatha is acting very silly," she said. "Brothers are a lot of trouble." Down at the lake, there was another kind of trouble. The fish was trying to get loose. Sunflower dumped the clothes on the rock and set her basket on the shore. Just then the fish made one last leap. It landed in Sunflower's basket. Sunflower was surprised. "Why, this fish is tied up beside my brother's canoe," she said. "It must be his. Oh, I will take it to him." She covered the fish with a basket so he could not jump out of the basket. As Sunflower was walking home, little Hiawatha ran by with his net. "Come and see how I am helping you," she called. "Don't bother me," cried little Hiawatha. I'm busy." Sunflower was angry. She looked at the fish. "I will teach that brother of mine a lesson," she said. She took the basket to the big chief. "Here's a fish for the contest," she said. When little Hiawatha reached the lake, he picked up the rope. "The fish got away," he said sadly. Out he went to fish again, but at the end of the day, he had only one small fish to take home. As he came to the camp, little Hiawatha heard the news. The winner of the fishing contest was Sunflower. Sunflower got to wear the war bonnet. "Look at the big fish your sister caught," said Big Chief. "There's nothing," said little Hiawatha. "I caught one much bigger, but it got The next morning, Sunflower became chief for the day. As chief, I will put you to work, she told her brother. Wash the clothes. Little Hiawatha trekked off with a clothes basket. This is terrible, he thought. My sister gets to tell me what to do. But when he came back, Sunflower told him of the whole story. That huge fish is a one you caught, she said. She told Big Chief too. I want to teach my brother a lesson, said Sunflower. She put the war bonnet on little Hiawatha's head. Now that you are a chief today, she said, I hope you will be nice to me. Little Hiawatha just smiled. Maybe he will be nice and maybe not. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude this story of Disney's Little Hiawatha. So, do you imagine a very young Indian boy named Hiawatha? He can caught a big fish and a small fish. During the beginning of the story, when a brave warriors dancing a fish dance. Enjoy this video, just what comes down below. We highly dedicated to share a magical legacy of Walt Disney Studios. Since 1923, we always bring memories together to share our favourite Disney moment. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching and thank you for stopping by.